Thank you so much for that warm welcome. With my new lifestyle, these early morning breakfasts are a lot more fun. I was always, in the old days, I thought there was something wrong with the heating and air conditioning here because there was haze. See, everybody get better in life. It's always a pleasure to be here, and I'm so sorry that Gary couldn't be here today. He's doing great on his battle, and he remains strong and glib, and I enjoy obviously working with him. I'm going to pass him on now to Bobby Hansen here pretty quick. And this is the time of year when he's doing basketball and football. So, you know, during the football game on Saturday, if somebody jumps in the air and keeps running with the ball and doesn't pass it, if he yells out traveling, you understand. It's just kind of mixed up a little bit. There's a guy that emceed a lot of these breakfasts and was one of the great Hawks of all time, Jim Zabel. And I talked to Jim last night. He said to give his best to the Iowa seniors. He would be way back before you guys joined us here in Iowa, but he did Iowa football games for 52 years. And I did 16 years with Jim early in my career. And I was over at the Quad Cities I called last night, where Jim was from. And when he turned 90, in fact, he's still active. And I do a radio show with him every week now during the season called Sound Off. And I flew down to Jim's 90th birthday not long ago, first part of the season. And I was still in a wheelchair, and we were sitting there next to each other. And I just turned 64 on September 1st. He turned 90 on September the 3rd. And he looked over at me and said, 64, right? And I said, yeah, Jim. He said, you know, that's the worst age a man can be. And I looked at him and I said, I got to respect your opinion on that, Jim. You're 90. But why would you say that? He said, well, you're too young for Medicare and you're too old for girls' care. You got here right on the head there. Medicare, especially after this year. I'm going to go back to February the 21st. In Scottsdale, Arizona, I was laying in intensive care in a hospital, and I had my cell phone turned on because I was expecting to hear from my two daughters. I had, you know, 2 broken legs and broken ribs and a head injury, and I was in pretty bad shape in intensive care. And so I had my phone on, and the phone rang, and it was Coach Ferentz. And he said, "How's it going? We need you back here. You know, you're part of this Hawkeye team. Right? Here we go with this thing. You're part of this Hawkeye team, and we need you back here." And so he said, "Whatever we can do." He said, "You take it one day at a time." And he said, "You get better, and we want you in the booth this fall. And if we have a logistical problem, we'll take care of it. But you just get better one day at a time." I said, "Thanks, Coach." About 10 minutes later, a nurse came in, true story, and she said, "Mr. Podolak, I'm really impressed. Your vitals are so much better." I said, "I just had a pep talk." Sorry about breaking up, but that's what it meant to me, and that's what this football program means to me, and being able to watch these seniors all year has been a delight. I got a couple words for them, and that is, you'll never forget your last day at Kinnick Stadium. I promise you that. I played in 5 bowl games after my last year at Iowa, played in the Super Bowl, and played that at that time. They had the Chicago All-Star game. I played in that, went back as a member of the Champion Chiefs and played in it. Played in the East-West Shrine game, played in the Hula Bowl game. played in about 200 NFL games. Most of them are a blur. Remember a little bit about some of them, but I can almost tell you every play that happened to me in my last day at Kinnick. So enjoy your day and get out there and bring us home a victory. And now to introduce our seniors, you know, my father was always confused why there were 2 Michigans in the Big Ten. Because he said, well, Iowa State's in the Big 8 and Iowa's in the Big 10. Why are there 2 Michigans in the Big 10? And he used to always say, we got to beat those Michigans. And, so the guy right here is going to take care of that other Michigan on Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen,